Welcome into the latest edition of Extra Time. Just enjoying the hosting chair today and the analyst chair beside me.
You got it right.
Well, I thought there was something wrong with that hosting chair. I thought
The
you were
hosting
going to...
chair. And we've got lovely Ian Darke with us as well. And we've got your questions for Extra Time.
I thought he'd been on his holidays now, old Ian, after he's been, you know...
Yeah, you deserve some, Ian.
I do, but I got a phone call to be on the show, so here I am. But I'm going up to see the Open Golf Championship at Troon tomorrow.
Fantastic.
So, yeah, well, Craig
That's my Tony.
Hey, look, Craig and Stevie would love to be there, wouldn't you?
Actually, I'll tell you what, I don't want to put you off, but actually I've been to an Open Championship at Troon, and I would never go back. I'll tell you why. I couldn't see anything. It was so... Yeah, it's so flat. It's very flat, Troon, isn't it? It's flat, very flat, and it was busy. And you need to be 7'6". It's not like going to watch the Travellers here in the US.
It's still one of those...
So don't go.
You know, one of the things you get with the mirror. Mirror on the bottom, mirror on the top.
You don't see them now, do you? You know those things that go up? You know, they go up.
They're not allowed anymore.
Yeah, they put people off. No, I don't know. Yeah. No, go. You'll have a great time.
We've got a golf question coming up. Yeah, so you can tell him some of the spots that...
Stevie grew up there.
I grew up in Troon. That's where I'm from.
Yeah.
I've never played Old Troon, Royal Troon, but I caddied there when I was a kid. I caddied for Jack Nicklaus's son.
It's windy, isn't it? Is Scottish Sheffield going to win?
It depends what time of day. It can be windy at 6, then there's nothing at 7. Then by 8 o'clock, it's windy again. Then it rains at 9. And then the sun comes out at 10. I mean...
I'll tell you what, you've got so much to look forward to, Ian.
We used to stay in there's a hotel called the Marine Highland, which I think Stevie used to stay in, and I used to stay in it with the Scotland squad. The Marine Highland, it's an old hotel, big old unit, and it's looking on the 18th green to the side, and you can see the 17th par 3. And when we were staying there, we used to watch out the window, watching the old guys, the members, and they'd be coming in, and it was driving rain, right? And they just soldiered on. It was amazing. So you're going to get everything.
Be prepared.
I went for a wedding once, Ian, and it was a lovely sunny day, so I hope it's the same for you. OK, was it a worse decision to start Kane in the Champions League final or the Euro final?
Champions League final. I never thought he should have played in that Champions League final. He'd missed 3 months. His ankle, I believe it was, still wasn't right, I don't think. And it was, Pochettino has to play Harry Kane when they had gotten to the final without him. Now, I get it, he's their talisman, but he was nowhere near fit enough. I mean, you could argue in this championship as well, but I thought that played into Liverpool's hands even more on that day.
Okay. Finalissima 2025, Spain versus Argentina. Who wins it, Ian, and why?
Oh, that's the question, isn't it? 2025. I mean, a lot can happen between now and 2025. I'm going to go Spain, I think, because I really like the way that team is developing. It's gone a long way from the old tiki-taka, 1,000 passes, and you think, but where is this all going? It ended to a lot of World Cup exits after the era of Xavi, Iniesta, Torres, David Villa. Subsequent teams tried to do it, didn't work. Now they've got the 2 really good flying wingers, and they can mix it up. They're more dynamic, so maybe they could edge past Argentina. But that's a big call because Argentina seem kind of invincible, don't they?
Here, I've got a question for you. I didn't put this in with any hashtags.
That's okay.
Don't worry. Did Germany live up to the Derek Ray hype? Now, be honest.
I thought they were pretty good, actually. I thought Germany were pretty good. I mean, that game they had against Spain was a tight one, wasn't it?
Not Germany. Not Germany.
The country.
I don't care about the
football. Culture, the cuisine.
Did Germany live up? The greatest country in the world, according to Derek Ray. Did Germany live up? Not the football team.
You need to talk to Derek Ray about this, I think, Craig, on a phone call.
No, because Derek Ray is very biased. I'm looking for the independent Ian Darke review of the German travel system.
Well, I thought Spain were the best team and Germany were the second best team at the Euros. There's a quicker.
There's something wrong with his ears.
Hold on. Not Mark calling Austin. Come in, Austin. What
What you need, Craig, is a curry burst.
There we go. That. Now we're on the right track.
Let's not go there. I'll tell you why. We've got homes to go to.
Yeah, we do. Ian, is it hard to stay objective when calling a match where one of the teams is one you root for?
Not at all. I mean, I've had this question before. You're not rooting for any team when you're calling a football match. Look, Stevie and Craig, they've both been involved in calling football matches along the way. It's hard enough calling the match without worrying about who's going to win it. So it's a tough job, particularly now there's 5 substitutes. You end up with 32 players. You've got the players in your head. Then they all change in the second half. So no, you forget that sort of thing. I've commentated on the club I support, Portsmouth. I've commentated on England, and you're just calling the game. I mean, people want to think you're biased, but any bias is left at the commentary booth door.
Fans are incredible, aren't they? I mean, they really are. I mean, it is. I've been lucky enough to work with a lot of commentators, Ian included, from radio to TV. Some of the best, I would say, some of the best ever. Not one of them, whether it be BBC 5 Live or ESPN, Setanta, Amazon, wherever it is, Premier League productions, every commentator turns up to do the best. This is what people don't realise. Commentary, like everything else, is a job. So they turn up to do the best commentary for the people at home that they can do. As Ian said, it is absolutely ridiculous, and I see it all the time with some of the guys that I used to work with. Oh, your voice, you could tell in your voice you were more excited when that team scored. I mean, it is absolutely ridiculous.
It'll never change, though. For Stevie, how much would England have to give you for you to accept the England coaching job?
Oh, it wouldn't be that much. I could do with a couple of quid in there, so yeah. Well, yeah. No, it wouldn't be that bad.
But would you
what was he getting? 5.8 mil?
No bias, and you'd really coach them and want them to win.
Well, it's kind of the same answer as you just had from me and what you've had from Craig. You know, you when you're doing the job, you're not thinking about being a fan or who you want to win or who you want to score. You're too busy doing your job. So no, I could do that job. 5.8 million Southgate got. I'll take 5.7.
Could he be your assistant?
No.
We've had this discussion.
It's one of my favourites.
No, you're talking about trouble. We don't want any trouble in the car.
It's one of my favourite discussions. Okay.
Live it down in Scotland, either of them, if they coached England.
That's
I'm
true.
okay, because I'm not welcome back there anyway. He's all right.
Ian, any chance Southgate ends up as the US men's national team manager?
Oh, well, I mean, you couldn't rule that out. I mean, he's on the market now. I hear there's a job going spare with the US team. So, I mean, I think he'll take a little bit of a break unless he moves into a club job quite quickly. I think somewhere down the line, you could see something like that happening. Yeah, why not?
Is that what the United States need, Ian?
Let's be honest.
Someone to bring the whole camp together and bring the culture into the camp that Gareth Southgate was able to with the England camp?
I think he's smart like that. I think he'd very quickly get on top of what was needed. I mean, you've got a bunch of players there, really, who've got some ability. They're probably not the golden generation that everybody painted them as 3 or 4 years ago, but there's a lot of useful players who are playing in good leagues. I think what they lack as a team is that kind of grit and fight and character that former US teams with probably a little less talent had. You know, when Landon Donovan was playing and Clint Dempsey, Bradley and Beckham, and even players like that, and Carlos Bocanegra, that team, and some great goalkeepers too. I mean, they need to get that kind of fight back in. And I think Gareth Southgate or somebody like him would quickly latch on to that. But if you're asking me who's going to probably get the job, my guess would be probably Steve Cherundolo, and I think that'd be probably quite a good appointment.
Start, bench or drop, which new manager is under more pressure? Arne Slot at Liverpool, Hansi Flick at Barcelona or Vincent Kompany at Bayern?
Well, it's not. I'll let Stevie go. I'd have thought. Why is Liverpool involved?
More pressure. Flick's under pressure. Flick's definitely under pressure because he's got to show something against Real Madrid. Kompany's going to. It's not going to be. Yeah, Flick definitely is under more pressure. I get the feeling that Arne Slot isn't under as much pressure, to be honest. I really don't. I think everybody's. I think because of Ten Hag, I think a lot of Liverpool fans are like, well, we're not quite sure what we're going to get. So I don't think Liverpool fans are expecting Arne Slot to go and be challenging Man City for the Premier League title. I don't get that feeling. So I think.
So you're going Flick, Kompany, Slot?
Yeah. Yes.
Anyone disagree?
Well, I was definitely Hansi Flick, but why would Liverpool fans not expect Liverpool to be fighting with Man City? Because they fought with them a big chunky last season, and that's where they should be.
When I say that, Craig, I'm talking about, look, they'll expect to be in the top four, right?
Yeah.
But I don't think, I'm not sitting here thinking that Arne Slot is going to be on the tail of Manchester City this season from start to finish. I don't. I just don't. And I honestly don't believe that Liverpool fans expect Arne Slot to overturn Manchester City next season. I just don't. I don't feel it. I think there's more uncertainty.
Go on, Ian.
I think Vincent Kompany's under the most pressure, actually, of those three. He's coming off a relegation at Burnley when they looked a little bit naive. I think they only won 5 Premier League games. He's been given this big job at Bayern Munich. And at Bayern Munich, you're expected to reach at least the Champions League semi-finals and to regain the Bundesliga title because, Bayer Leverkusen did it this year, but they'd won the 11 before that. So he's suddenly got to be very, very good indeed. And he's probably got to convince the players who mutter among themselves that he can cut it with a top club. So I think of those three, they're all under pressure. Of course they are. But Flick maybe's got the financial problem excuse at Barcelona. And Arne Slot, like Stevie was saying, yeah, the Liverpool fans will give him a little bit of latitude to begin with. But I'd say only a little bit of latitude. He won't last long.
Ian, did you call any of Stevie or Craig's games? And Craig's games. If so, any memorable moments from them?
I'm going to give you a diplomatic answer. I called probably dozens and dozens of games, probably more of Stevie. But I can't really remember much. I can remember Craig's bleached blonde hair and his stories of Derby County with Jim Smith that he can't recount in the studio today.
Kobbie Mainoo or Pedri, who has a higher ceiling?
Pedri.
Pedri, Ian?
Pedri or who's
or Kobbie, whose ceiling's higher, Mainoo's or Pedri's?
So far, you'd have to say Pedri.
Stevie, play, bench or sell from the following legendary jinky Scottish wingers.
I like these questions, by the way.
Archie Gemmill, Jimmy Johnston, John Robertson.
Oh my goodness. Well, I'm going to say play is either Jimmy Johnson or John Robertson. Archie scored arguably the greatest goal any Scotsman's ever scored.
At World Cup. That was me, wasn't it? That was me. It wasn't better than mine.
Well, in your house, aye.
It was a great goal, by the way. Did you see it? And he nutmegged my old boss, Wim Janssen, against Holland. Yeah.
So, unfortunately, as great as that goal was, Archie's in third place. Jimmy Johnston or John Robertson?
Has to be.
I'm going to go Jimmy Johnson. And I'm a Rangers fan. Jimmy Johnson is a Celtic man, but Jimmy Johnson could dance around 4 and 5 players. I mean, just to let you know, Jimmy Johnson was what, 5'3", 5'4"?
Tiny.
He was about 60 £.
Jinky Johnson.
Wet.
Aye,
Jinky.
Jinky was his middle name because he used to, and he had pace. His first step was like, see you later. He would go past 3, 4 and 5 players on his way to setting somebody up generally. Whereas Robbo was just brilliant. I mean, Robbo was
Off the cuff.
one-on-one. Yeah, one-on-one. Robbo against the fullback every time. But Jimmy Johnson, he would go past 2, 3 and 4. So I'm going to go Jimmy Johnson, John Robertson, and as I said, Archie Gemmill, who scored the best Scottish goal ever in a World Cup.
Ian?
What about the Scottish goal scored by David Neri against Brazil? That's up
That was
there
a
as
toe
well.
poke.
Yeah, it was a big toe.
Big toe. Big toe, didn't count.
We're going off point. I'm going to have to say, I mean, I love watching wingers anyway. I think Archie Gemmill was a bit more of a central midfield player, wasn't he?
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a great goal against the Netherlands. But I'd go for Robbo of those. He's the best left winger I ever saw. And I always remember an interview with Brian Clough saying he's the scruffiest player I've got on the books. But give him a blade of grass and a football and he's Shakespeare. I mean, he's fantastic.
You can't go wrong.
He could get across off, even given about 6 inches of space, right onto somebody's head, scored a goal in a European Cup final. Fantastic player.
So for the younger viewers, these are definitely worth a look up on YouTube, right?
Oh, 100%. aye.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that was a brilliant
Right.
impression as well, Ian.
Young man.
Yeah.
Of Brian Clough.
Yeah, said from a fellow Middlesbrough person.
Take your hands out your pockets when you're talking to me.
Okay, here we go. Last question, and it's how we started the show as well. For all, who are you taking in the Open?
Oh, any of the Europeans.
Right. I'm going to go with the man who's in form.
Battling Bob.
Going to go with Big Bob from Oban. Big Bob McIntyre he just won the Genesis Scottish Open, won the RBC Canadian. He's Scotland's #1. I'm going to go for Robert McIntyre, the lefty.
Well, I tell you what, if he wins, he's not half going to make history.
Why?
I do not believe anybody, because the Scottish Open is always the week before the Open, and nobody has won both back to back. Nobody. So you're going against history as well, by the way.
I'm just I'm outside the box kind of guy.
So put him right. Who's it going to be?
Oh, but I want Battling Bob as well, yeah. Bob McIntyre.
Hold on a minute. You've just given me the lowdown why it's not going to happen.
No, but I want him to win it.
All right. Tiger?
No chance.
Did you see Tiger's rebuttal to Colin Montgomery? It's quite funny. It was brilliant, actually. Colin Montgomery, former...
He's from
if
Troon
you know what
as well,
golf
by
is,
the
you know
way.
what Colin Montgomery.
from Troon.
Colin Montgomery suggested that Tiger Woods should just retire, and there's no point of being at the Open. And Tiger Woods said, "I'm exempt. I'm exempt from the Open. I can play here until I'm 60." Unlike Colin, who's never won it, he's not exempt. Now go and sit down in the corner. It was brilliant.
I love it. Nice little rebuttal. Who have you got, Ian?
Oh, I think, hey, look, this is very unoriginal, but if somebody forced me to have a bet, it would be on Scotty Scheffler, because he's there every time, isn't he?
That's such an Ian answer, isn't it? Well, Scotty Scheffler.
I have news. I want it. Breaking news. Breaking
What's
news. We have
Better you
breaking
than me.
news. Come on. Got the ticker on the bottom of the screen. Get the ticker. There has been a man before you. Not the first time Stephen has been factually incorrect.
Oh, somebody's just told you in your ear. Who?
2013, I didn't know this. Of course somebody told me. Phil Mickelson won the Scottish Open and the Open.
Oh,
See, I would have lost a bet again.
Where have you been getting your facts from again?
That's why I always lose bets. I'm so
This
convinced
is like
I'm right.
the Jurgen Klopp spend. Let's not go there again.
Honestly, I'm so
Right,
convinced at the time.
hard, Stevie.
Who spent more, Diego Simeone or Jurgen Klopp? We're going back here again.
Well, I think he said to me, well, I think you'll find that nobody's ever won the week before.
He's so confident as well.
So where did you get that?
What?
That information?
Oh, hey, there's a lot of stuff going through my ear.
Yeah, that actually went into my ear, and I thought that's better to come from
Don't know where
the
it came
I thought, no, well, he started laughing when the producer told me, and I thought he was laughing at that,
Right.
but he was still listening to Ian's answer.
Yeah, of course he was.
Again.
Well, Ian, have a lovely trip to Troon.
Have a nice trip, enjoy the weather.
Yeah, take a raincoat.
Yeah,
It's great to have you on with us.
off.
Take a raincoat, an umbrella, and sunscreen.
Yeah.
You probably
Got
need
all
them
that.
all.
Got it all back.
Yep,
And binoculars.
And binoculars.
with a bit of the
And ladders. Take ladders in case you can't see.
That's all from me in the host and chair and the boys in the analyst seat.
Yeah, that's a belt.